today we will continue the other topics of exception handling. So now, so let me write first of all the syntax of try and catch, right? I think we are discussing try and catch block, right? Come on guys, tell me.
Yes.
Try and catch blocks. Okay, syntax of try and catch block we will see first. So what is the syntax of try catch blocks, guys? So this is try, right? So we need to open curly braces and we need to close the curly brace. So within the try block, what we are going to put, guys? Okay, what we are going to put? Risky code we are going to put. Come on, please respond. Risky code we are going to put, right? So now, after try block, definitely what we should have? Catch block, right? Immediately we should have catch block, guys. Here what it is, okay? The particular exception, okay? Exception type we need to mention here, right? Exception type we need to mention. Here also we need to open what? Catch block, and we need to close the catch block. So here what we are going to put? Here what we are going to put, guys? Exception handling logic. Why we need catch block? Exception handling logic we are going to put. Okay. So
Yes.
this is the syntax of try and catch block, right? In the try block, we are going to put risky code. In catch block, we are going to put what? Exception handling logic. Okay. So that's what, okay, catch block is there, guys. Okay. So now this is the syntax of try and catch, right? Hope you people clear. So why we need to use try block and which purpose we need to use catch block, right? Do you need any clarity on here? And try block we are going to
No,
put
sir.
code, and catch block we are going to put what, guys? Exception handling logic. If you have any exception in try block, so we need to handle that exception, right? So otherwise what we will see? Abnormal termination of the program. In order to achieve graceful termination of the program, what we need to do? We need to handle that particular exception, right? So where we are going to put that handling the exception logic, guys? In the catch block, right? Fine. So this is the syntax of what? Try and catch. So now, so yesterday, I think let me open the program what we have written yesterday. Yeah. So now, this is the program we have written, right? Now, here, statement 1 I'm putting. Yeah, just I'm writing stm2, stmt2, statement 2, right? So now, arithmetic exception. Okay. So like this also we can put, right? So now instead of that, what I need to put, guys, here 10 divided by 0 means which kind of exception it is? Which kind of exception? Arithmetic exception, right? So now here I need to catch that exception, right? So now I need to do arithmetic exception EX, right? Understand? So here see, I'm catching what? The same type of exception what we are raising in the try block. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Java C. Exception handling, right? This is the file name, I think so. Right. Now Java exception handling. Statement 1, 5, statement 2. Clear? Output, guys, right? So
Yes,
here
sir.
we're having got exception. At line number 7, we are having what, guys? Arithmetic exception. I mean, exception is raising, but we are handling that exception. So that's what we are getting what? Normal termination of the program, right? I mean, graceful termination of the program, right? Finally, we will see what output here. Statement 1 and 5, statement 2, right? So you know, right, how the flow. So here, line number 1, okay, first public static void main, this method will be called by JVM, right, from the main thread. So now system.out.println, this stmt1, this statement will execute. So that's what first output is what? stm21, right? After that, in the try block, what we are going to put, guys, the risky code we are going to put under try block, right? Now system.out.println 10 divided by 0 I'm putting. So now here what we are getting now, after executing this system.out.println 10 divided by 0, there is an exception, right? Which exception? Arithmetic exception is raising. So once arithmetic exception is raising, what JVM will do? JVM will check, do we have any exception handling logic or not? Okay, in the corresponding method. So do we have exception handling logic here? Yes, we have, right? We are putting try and catch. Exception handling logic where we will put? Under catch block, right? So now this is the syntax of catch block, right? Catch, and here see which exception it is raising, arithmetic exception. So that's what, how to hold that exception object by taking same type. So that's what I'm taking here, what? Arithmetic exception type, right? So now once this method is executing, if exception is raising, right, after at line number 7, while executing line number 7, we are getting what, guys? Arithmetic exception, right? Once arithmetic exception is raised, then immediately where it will go, the control, the followed by catch block, right? The control will go to followed catch block. So here this is the catch block. In the catch block, what is the statement we have written? Line number 10, right? System.out.println 10 divided by 2. Okay, so now 10 divided by 2 means what is the value? 5, right? So that's what here 5 is the next value. Okay, fine. So after that, once the exception handling logic is executed, the rest of the program will be executed normally, right? So now what is the remaining program here? What is the next line? 13, line number 13. So that's what system.out.println. What is the statement here? stm22. So that's what here we see stm22 we are getting. Clear? The flow, guys. Once your exception is raising, so what is the flow? Okay, so everyone is clear, right? So now,
Yes.
yeah, fine, guys. So this is what, guys, finally graceful termination, right? It's a normal termination. Come on. Now, okay. So let's suppose, okay. So let's suppose here, I'm taking, here I'm taking one more class, guys. Okay. Class student I'm taking, right? Okay. Some method I'm writing. Public, okay, void get student info, something, guys, right? Get student info method I'm writing. So in this method, okay, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, okay, here I'm writing get student info, right? Vignesh, okay, Vignesh, and he is from, okay, is from CSC student or something, CSC branch. Okay, something I'm writing. Okay, fine. So now here what I'm doing, you know. So after that, in try statement we have, right? So now, okay, here what I'm taking. I'm taking instance variable called student s, okay, is equal to null. Okay, guys, student s is equal to null. So now after that, I'm taking, okay, s dot get student info method I'm calling. Understand what I'm doing here? Okay, so student s is equal to null. So how to call this instance methods? By taking student object, right? So here I'm taking student s is equal to null. Okay, here for student object reference variable, what I'm placing here, what I'm assigning, guys, here just null value. Okay. So now by keeping that reference variable, I'm calling what? Get student info. Understand? So what happened here? Tell me. What happened here? Do you see any issue here?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, guys. What is the issue?
Null pointer exception.
Null pointer exception. Good. Okay. So now let me compile this program. Non-static variable s cannot be referenced from a static context.
Instance object field.
Yeah. So now here, where it is, where it is. Yeah, public static void. This is what? Static instance, right? Okay. Now 1 minute. So or else let me do where it is, student. Where I'm calling, guys. Yeah, here, right? Student s. Fine. So now okay, comparison successfully, right? So now I'm executing, guys, Java exception handling, right? So now what will happen? You tell me what is the output here. So when I'm executing, what is the output? You tell me.
Statement 1,
Hmm.
5, statement 2.
Statement 1. Next one.
5, statement 2.
5, statement 2. What about remaining people?
No, sir, we are
If
not catching the null pointer exception. So, abnormal termination is there.
No, the second
abnormal.
statement 10 by 0 arithmetic exception.
We are not catching the null pointer exception. First 8th line. So, it will terminate abnormally.
Yes, one, you are correct. Okay. So that's what we are discussing, right? So far, what we are discussing. See, while executing Java program, if any line, okay, causing an exception, what we have to do? We have to handle that exception first. If you handle that exception, then that handling exception logic will be executed, and the rest of the program will be executed normally. And finally, we will see what? Graceful termination of the program or normal termination of the program, right? But if you're not handling the exception, what will happen? If you're not handling the exception, what will happen? So first of all, while executing Java program, okay, at any line, while executing any line of your Java program, is that particular line is raising an exception. First of all, what we'll do, that particular method where that line is present, right? In that particular method is responsible to create that particular exception object, right? After that, what the exception object hand over to JVM. Okay. Now JVM will verify if that particular exception related handling logic is there or not there. If not there, then what will happen? Abnormal termination, right? If that exception handling logic is there, then that exception handling logic will be executed and the rest of the program will be executed normally. And finally, we will see what? Graceful termination of the program. So now here see what happened while executing this program. Now static student s is equal to null, right? After that, public static void main method we have. So all the, I mean the Java program method execution will start from where? Which method? From main method, right? So from main method, the execution will start system.out.println stmt1. Yes, stmt1 will be printed, right? So after that, which statement will execute, guys? Try block. After that, what we have? Try block, right? In the try block, please respond, guys. Okay, in the try block, what is the next statement? Eighth. In the eighth statement, what we are doing? S dot get student info. We are calling get student info method on student s reference variable, right? So now s is holding what, guys, here? S is holding is what? Null.
Null.
Right? S reference variable holding what? Null.
Null.
So now, if that variable, if you call any method or any variable, if you try to access with that reference variable, what we will get, guys? Null pointer exception we will get, right? Because this is null. So we cannot call anything, any method or any reference variable on null reference variable with null reference variable, right? So here S is holding what? Null. So that's what, if you call any method on this by using this S reference variable, we will get what? Null pointer exception, right? So here it is not an object. It is holding what? Simply null value. So how can you call any method or any object with null? If you have object type, then we can call, right? So now already we discussed, guys. Come on. So now at the line number 8, while executing, what we will get, guys? Null
Null
pointer
point.
exception we will get, right? So now null pointer exception is raising. So now who is the responsible to create this null pointer exception object here? Main method, right?
Main
The
method.
main method created null pointer exception object and hand overs that exception object to whom? JVM. Now JVM will verify. Okay. So in the corresponding method, so do we have, I mean that the developer, okay, has written any exception handling or exception handling logic or not, right? So do we have any exception handling logic related to null pointer exception? Yes, we have
No.
exception handling logic, catch block, but this is what related to arithmetic exception, right? This is what
Yes.
related to arithmetic exception. We are not handling with what? Null pointer exception. Are we handled any null pointer exception here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
If any arithmetic exception is raised, yes, we are handling arithmetic exception, right? That particular catch block will execute, and then I mean the rest of the program will be also executed normally, and finally we will see graceful termination. But here, which exception is raising? Null pointer
Null
exception
Null
is
pointer
raising.
exception.
To handle that null pointer exception, do we have any catch block? Do we have any exception handling logic here? We don't have, right? See here, null pointer exception. This is not arithmetic exception type, right? So null pointer exception type, guys, here. So then what happened now? It will verify, do we have any exception handling logic or not for null pointer exception? Do we have? We don't have. So what will happen now? The JVM will see any caller methods of this. We don't have any caller methods because I mean the main method is the first method, right? For any Java program will execute. So after that, JVM will hand over to whom? Hey boss, I'm not able to find any exception handling logic here. I don't know what I have to do. Okay, please take care. Like that, JVM will hand over this exception object to whom? Default exception handler. Now default exception handler, what it will do? It will print the information, the object information which is available in null pointer exception object. So what is the information every exception object has, guys? The name of the exception, description of the exception, and stack trace of the exception. Understand? Come on.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now the line number 15 will execute. Line number
No,
15 will execute or not? Will not execute.
It
Right?
No,
won't
sir.
execute.
Abnormal
The
termination.
exception is raised means abnormal termination. Okay. Hope you people understood now. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now let me execute this. See, statement 1 is the output. After that, see, exception in thread main, java.lang.null pointer exception. That is the what? Name of the exception. See the description of the exception. Cannot invoke student.getStudentInfo because, what it is saying? 1 minute. Because exception handling.s is null. Understand? At exception handling main, this is what? Stack trace main. Clear, everyone?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Okay. So no. So we have to remember this one, guys.